Here's another Bigfoot sighting report in the area. More recent. It was reported in March of 2004. It happened 1985, October. This happened near Yellow Pine, Idaho. This is also on the edge of the River of No Return. Here goes the reports. At age 12, my cousin and I embarked on our first official hunting trip with my other cousin and father. We set up camp early in the day a few miles north and east of McCall, Idaho. The day was October 25th. The weather was cold and clear with a corona around the moon telling of the coming snow. It was dusk, and my cousin and I had just finished setting up our lean-to shelter about 70 yards from where my dad and other cousin had their tent set up. We both got the feeling of being watched. We turned and saw the silhouette of a very large biped observing us from only about 10 feet away. Scared, we reached for our rifles, but by the time we turned back, the creature/animal was gone. My older cousin was quite a prankster, so immediately we thought it was him, but he was still at the campfire talking to my dad. In the morning, no tracks were found as the ground was nearly frozen. That next day we walked up into a nearby drainage about 7 miles from camp, at an elevation of around 7,200 feet. The area is covered with huge granite slabs and a sandy soil from their erosion of the rocks themselves. Mid-morning, we both heard a low guttural yell which sounded like someone saying, "Hey!" several times. It was one of those sounds that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Later my father told us that this wasn't the first time he had heard the odd yell. Evidently, when he had started hunting with my grandfather, they had both heard this same type of vocalization on various occasions. Since this initial trip, I've hunted in the area 19 years and have heard the same type of yell 4 other times, all in the same area. I can honestly say this sound is like no other I have ever experienced, from mountain lion screams, elk bugling, deer and moose grunting, and bear snorts. On other hunts into the area, the sound has been witnessed by 2 other hunting companions. It always seems to occur in the same drainage. Initially, I thought it might have been the wind echoing off the rocks, but I have been there in all different types of weather conditions and can testify that this is some type of animal. There are also weird rock stacks in the area, but they do not mark trails because there are no trails and no blaze markings on the trees. This report was also followed up on by BFRO investigator Roland Wolf. He writes, "The reporting witness is an avid hunter and is employed in the building trade. The second sighting witness has passed away, but one of the other hunting partners is available to verify the vocalization experience. Witness indicated that the animal seen was definitely not a bear and that the animal was between 7 and 8 feet in height. It had arms and moved along like a human being on 2 feet. It had very broad shoulders, it was dark, and the sighting lasted only a few seconds, so no face or head detail could be seen." Kelly Shaw following up on this report. "We come into this area several times a year. We love the Bigfoot here because of the Bigfoot sightings and some of the evidence we have found and vocalizations we have heard. This guy's report reminds me of a place that we frequent in Utah, on the north side of Utah, called the Uinta Mountains of Utah, in a place called Yellowstone Canyon. Jenny and I have heard the hey vocalizations back in there, and I know what they sound like because I have heard them, but we heard them one night, and there was at least 3 individuals working their way down a draw one dark night, and one kept on going hey, and then another one would go woo, and anyway, you could tell there's 3 different individuals. It was very creepy, and they were vocalizing to each other, spread out at a pretty good distance, coming down this draw towards where we were, and every once in a while the hey was directed right at us, and I just thought, hey, there was probably a road that went in on this small ridge line behind us, and what I imagined was several campers got drunk and were working their way down the draw because there was this vaulted bathroom clear back. It's right where Yellowstone Canyon splits into Hell's Canyon. It's just a 1-seat vaulted bathroom that the wildlife department or whoever they are, they stock with toilet paper and maintain. It's like the only bathroom for miles around. So I just thought these you know, people had been camping up over this little hill or ridge line behind it and were working their way down. And so I didn't want to be there to deal with these crazy drunk people. And Jenny and I thought it was weird that they didn't have a flashlight or headlamps or anything like that. So, you know, we were automatically blaming it on people. Well, anyway, the next day we got up and we drove to where we thought they would be camping, and nobody there. As a matter of fact, we figured out that we were the only ones camping there, and there was nowhere for anyone else to camp back behind this draw where they were coming down. Once I figured out we were the only ones there, and there was no one camping there or no place for someone to camp, really creeped me out. Don't know what we were dealing with, don't know if it was Bigfoot, but hey, I heard the hey that was in this video. Keep watching, we'll keep on squatching.